Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new video on the YouTube channel this week, where, as you can see on your screens, we're going to be talking about the signing of Antonio Colak, which, thank God, that's finally done. And we can actually talk about it and see him in the shirt and see him training with the team and everything. It's looking to be a pretty positive deal on the outlook here, but we'll talk about our thoughts on that one after it's get done. And also Tom Lawrence kind of came out of nowhere over the past day, signed for Rangers now on a free contract, and I will talk about that as well. There's a couple of different opinions between our thoughts about the player, but we'll talk about that, and also Joe Aribo, which we'll start on, and his imminent move to Southampton, which looks to get ever closer and closer. As always, if you'd like, subscribe and share this for us, it'd be very much appreciated. Let us know your thoughts on the players as well in the description, in the comments, sorry. So firstly, Joe Aribo he's going to be leaving us, sadly. Really sad for the two of us, because obviously we've adored Joe when he has been at Ibrox over the past 3 seasons, and you sort of felt it was inevitable he was going to get a big move to a big league one day, and it looks to be done and dusted. Fabrizio Romano as well, as if I go on to the next slide, has posted that in the last couple of hours. He's doing his medical and stuff. 6 million plus add-ons, rising to 10 million with whatever add-ons are in there. Hopefully they are reachable, and hopefully Ross Wilson's done a better deal than it looks on paper, because 6 million for Joe Aribo still seems far too low for me personally. I thought it was going to be 10 million guaranteed with then the add-ons on top of that, but it looks to be made up 10 million for that. Guaranteed 6 million, which I guess is good, but I think he's going to be a big miss. It will hurt to see him in another shirt, definitely.
We won't be in that Southampton shirt for long, I'll tell you that much. As I said to you, good enough to go to an Arsenal or a Spurs for me. I think he would slot right into there.
That's pretty bold.
Maybe a Brighton. I think he'd slot into there. But no, if it's 6 million, I'm the same as you, mate. I think it's a bit disgusting. Do think it should have been a bit of a higher fee. I'm looking at personally 15 or 20, around about that margin. I understand it's the same all the time with us fans up here, do you know what I mean? Both Glasgow clubs, it happens all the time. We think a player's worth something and then they get sold for peanuts, really. But Joe Aribo is just a sad loss for me. Can't believe he's gone. I don't know who's going to come in and replace him. It's going to be a tough role to replace, but he's been a fantastic servant to the club. He'll always be remembered for, a historical European goal and a historical league title. So he goes with the best wishes.
Nah, of course, nobody can really have any complaints about Joe Aribo over the 3 years. We've seen him come here for 300 grand. We've seen him pretty much for day one show that he's got the quality to play at that level. And he's a player that you need to sort of just admire and appreciate while he's at the club, because you know it's not going to be forever. And I really have loved Joe Aribo. I've loved watching him in every role that he's played. He's played up front when we needed him, behind the striker, centre mid, CDM, left back, right wing, left wing. He's played everywhere for Rangers, and I think that's something with Southampton fans that may be clicking on this video want to know more about Aribo, is his versatility. He can play anywhere for you. If you've got players out injured or a role he's filled, I'm pretty sure Joe Aribo will be able to do that, and he'll be able to be very capable at that as well.
One thing you would say to Southampton fans is you're getting a player who will give you 100% for you every game. As I said last season, we weren't playing our best. Joe Aribo up until the Christmas sort of period was our best player, scoring absolutely sensational goals against Ross County, Livy, and obviously the one at Hearts. That was a screamer of a goal. So they're getting a player who's very good with the sauce. But I personally think he could go to an Arsenal and a Spurs. I know that may seem bold to some people. I think he's slot right. He's what Arsenal would need right now, personally. I think he could do the job for Arsenal.
It's just with the way Arsenal are looking now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
You expect higher him.
I do.
I think that's only a good thing. I think with Southampton fans,
as I said to you,
we're watching you. Maybe you'll need to appreciate him as well, because he might then move on and get a bigger move, depending on how he does in the Premier League. I think, as you mentioned there, he was our top performer all the way through the start of last season till the Christmas break. He was unplayable. but he sort of fell away, and I don't know if that was just down to how many games he had been playing. We kind of went on a bad patch as well, and he kind of struggled after that, but he was building up and he was getting there, and when he played up front, especially in the last sort of 5-6 games of the season, he sort of started taking on a new mantle up front, and he took that well. So I think Southampton fans can be really excited about this signing. I think he's a top player. I think he will excel in the Premier League, and I really hope he does well.
Question, sorry to hang with you, mate. My only question is though, is he going to be playing relegation football? Because
well, I was looking at the Southampton side as well, and there's not. They're doing good business this summer, right enough. Like they're bringing in quite some decent players.
Changed the director, is it? The boy for City's going to Southampton.
Well, that explains why they're getting everybody for City on loan and that. So, they seem to be getting good talent in.
They seem to be getting the really good talent in, but at the end of the day, I'm just a bit concerned there. Is Joe going to be in a relegation battle? Is he leaving? Get either way, European football for a relegation scrap in the Premiership. It's just a question to bring up, really, because I do think their manager will be one of the first if it doesn't go right for him to get the job.
I think I admire Joe Aribo want to go on and play in the best league and challenge himself at that level. I think he's at the point now where that it's perfect for him to go there and try that. But he's a sore loss to us. I think he will very sore loss to us even.
And as I said to you as well, mate, it splits up the sort of the brotherly pack that's been going with him, Kamara, Calvin, and obviously the uncle, Jermaine Defoe. It's like most of them are gone, Leon Balogun as well. But I'm pretty sure he might have spoke to Davis as well, who's played for Southampton as well, and maybe asked Davis, look, what's the club like? What's it down? Do you know what I mean? He might have done that as well. But to say, he goes with all the best wishes, man. Top player. He's going to be a miss. Just thank him for his service to the club, man.
Thank him for, as you say, like pulling on the jersey and getting 100% whenever you needed me. A player that has all. So
it's all right for a player that his old gaffer said Rangers isn't the best move for his career going forward, is it? Where's his old gaffer now? I don't
look at him now. He's experienced European football at a very high level with us, playing some of the best teams, outplaying them, and he's now going to go and challenge himself in the Premier League. So I think that move to Rangers done him very well, and I think it will be quite a lucrative sort of space for maybe young players from down in England looking at Rangers and coming up here to develop, and then maybe there's that opportunity going back to the Premier League. So Joe Aribo's a good example of that. The player sort of trading model that Ross Wilson likes to talk about is kicking in, and we're getting funds for players and making profits. So happy with that. It's just good. It's going to be sore to see a Rangers team without Joe Aribo, but he goes with both of our best wishes, of course, and hopefully smashes it down the Premier League.
Absolutely.
And then on to some actual good news, which, I mean, with Joe Aribo, if it was him leaving and there was no signings in the door, it would have been even worse having to talk about it. But Antonio Colak finally announced yesterday, all those messages I put under Rangers Twitter page, we sign somebody, we just need to sign somebody, is now over. We've got 2 in 2 days. So Antonio Colak was the first one of that, joining from PAOK, £1.8 million. Decent fee. We talked about it in the last video on here that we wouldn't like a fee maybe exceeding 3 or 4 million. 2 million seems to work for this guy. And then hearing his interview this morning and his interview on Sky Sports earlier on, seems like a really down to earth, good guy. It's willing to do everything it takes to play for a badge. And looking at his records elsewhere, I think he's definitely capable of that. This could be a very smart piece of business for me. Gio as well talked about how he can add something different to the team, and I think it'll hurt you more than anybody else. But Kemar Roof injured and not training with the team in Portugal. We've got another option in there for strikers, so I'm excited by it. It's different when you see the guy in the shirt he's signed and now he's here.
Now he's here, and I definitely think it'll be a decent signing, a good fee for him. As I said to you, I'm not paying 3-4 million for this guy. I'm sorry, but no, I can't believe people are wanting to disrespect my dog, my boy. I know he's injured, I know, but I'll just love Kemar Roof. But no, this guy, I'm hoping he can do well. I hope he can add a lot of goals. Can make up for where probably Cedric Itten wasn't the best at, and putting the ball in the back of the net. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen his interviews of that yet, but I just feel like we should all throw a party. We finally got a signing. I don't know how many days it took until the window opened, but we finally got one. So let's all celebrate. No, he looks decent in the shirt though. When you see him in the shirt, you're like, sorry.
I know the shirt. See when you see it on the player, it actually looks a lot better than what we all thought at the time. But I think it'll be a smart piece of business. I back this guy to be another option for us. I don't know if Gio's going to maybe try out two up front, maybe him and Morelos. Sorry, up front together. It would be interesting. I think he's got a different dimension in his game. He looks to be similar to Morelos in a way that he'll get stuck in and he'll get in about it and he'll chase defenders down.
What game as well? I've seen a couple of. I had to scroll through the gram just to make sure I'm like, right, cool. What's the kind of guy? Like, I seen he had a picture where he had like obviously a headband with the blood bleeding on it. So I'm telling you what, I like that. It seems like a bit of a warrior, but that.
Nah, of course the Croatians are warriors, aren't they?
Well, we know about that, Jack M. But no, as I say, mate, I'll judge him when I see him play a game of football and what he can offer us. I don't think he'll put the ball in the net. I don't think, obviously, you said he's kind of that player that's there at the right moment at the right time. So I'm looking forward to watching him. We see him kick on at Rangers now.
I think it bolsters our attacking options very well. I think because you look at Kent, Sakala, Colak now, obviously Morelos, Scott Wright. Like you've got another added option, and he's a different option for everybody else. And he's
Scott
traditionally Scott Wright's going to.
No, I'm only joking. Listen, he sent that boy for a hot dog in that friendly.
Don't worry, Scott Wright's
this is his season. I'm even saying that I'm no Scott Wright's biggest fan, but I'm telling you right now, Scott Wright's going to turn up and wallop the league this season.
Hopefully, Scott Wright is delivering balls into the box for this guy to put in the net. But as I say, bolsters our attacking options, gives us more depth in there, and a lot of people on Twitter were sort of looking at it and being like, "What's the point of signing somebody that doesn't improve our starting 11?" I feel like he will. You've seen how short we were for numbers last season towards the end of the campaign. Up front, we were struggling to even play a striker at a time. So him coming in, the squad's going to be utilised. I think 5 subs is the norm in football as well now. So he'll get his opportunities, and we'll be able to hopefully see him tomorrow as well in the Sunderland game. I know he's out there training with the team in Portugal, and I think we might see him. I think maybe we might see him.
The next friendly, what's that, Blackpool, isn't it?
Nah, Blackpool next week it will be, so we'll see. But I think it's a piece of business. It's smart. It gets a name in the door. He's in it, a national footballer. He's got that Champions League experience for last year as well. So ticks all the boxes for me. And hopefully we can see the best of Antonio Colak in a Rangers shirt. Hopefully. And then the signing of today.
I'm all right with this one. I don't need to talk about this one.
Tom Lawrence signing from Derby, free agent. Both of the players got 3-year contracts, by the way, with an option and an extra year.
He got a 3-year deal?
Both of the players that we signed did, yeah.
He got a 3-year deal?
Yes. I'll talk about this one and then you can... I'll talk the positives and then you can say what you want to say. But looking at the news that came out yesterday with Tom Lawrence, I think a lot of people were kind of excited by the ability that he's got to play in a position that maybe we have struggled to really have somebody from midfield that's scoring goals, that can be adaptable on either wing as well and play behind the striker, create chances, score with each foot. His flair, skill, he's got pace as well to beat players. He's also that kind of hard man sort of. Well, he likes to be a hard man by the looks of it. He's so he's got that in his locker as well. I seen like when Derby fans were talking about him, he'll either score a hat trick in his first game or he'll get sent off, and that seems to be where he'll need to really kick on at Rangers, because obviously it's unacceptable to be like that. Like you need to be focused, turned on all the time, and I've just heard of some inconsistencies that he's had over his time at Derby, but to come back for the incident that he had a couple of years ago, be chosen to captain Derby, and really move on and kick on, and had a good season last year, 11 goals, and a really bad Derby team as well that went down. So for me, I think it's smart again for Ross Wilson. I don't feel that it's the worst we could have done. I feel that it's a pretty decent signing on all bases, to be honest with you. International player again, and I think for me, I'm happy with it. Improves our starting 11 in a position we really needed.
Finished, though.
On you go, give me your thoughts.
I'm not a fan of this. There's no chance Gio wanted this boy. This is a Ross Wilson signing all over it. I just think my man here's got some incidents off the field They were very serious. I wouldn't be asking him to drive for him anyway in the Rangers squad, I'll be telling you that much. And obviously, I played for Derby, so I kind of get behind that. I mean, look what he's getting to watch. I don't know, mate. Like, listen, I'm no keen on it. I just think his attitude, personally. I can't. You're not playing. This ain't the Championship anymore, mate. We're not playing. Do you know what I mean? Relegation football. You've been playing for a while. This is full on. You have to give everything to the cause here. Do you know what I mean? European nights, even Livy away. Do you know what I mean? Can't you just put in a wee diddy perform? No, 10 out of 10. I want the same performance you would have gave at Dortmund at home. No, so I don't know, mate. I'm no a fan of it. I just think I don't think he's a good footballer. Don't get me wrong. As I say, I agree with what he can do. Do you know what I mean? It's his attitude for me that I'm not a fan of. I mean, look, that man's got a watch on in the photo here. Come on, yo, take the watch off.
Guy needs to take the tell time, don't he?
Aye.
I personally think all these issues that he's had off the field and stuff like that is hopefully behind him now. I don't feel like we would go and sign a guy that's going to still have those sort of issues lingering that could happen again, kind of thing. I think on the pitch he is definitely a hothead of a player, but we've got hotheads. We've got Alfredo Morelos, we've got John Lundstrom, we've got players who are passionate. I get that, but I think it's going to really need to go up a lot, his professionalism, even still, if he's to be successful at Rangers, which I think he will be. I think it's a smart piece of business. I think in that area we've just desperately needed goals from midfield, and I think this guy's going to add quite a bit for us, especially in a free as well. His market value is about 5 or 6 million. So,
all right. Say we get Diablo and then we get the boy for Belgium. He's not playing.
Nah, he plays centre attacking midfield. He'll play where behind the striker.
Right. Okay. Right. I don't like his attitude, mate. That's all, man. As I say, he played for Derby. I can't get behind that.
Oh no, but it'll be interesting to see how he actually adapts as a Rangers player.
Sorry, you know what I mean? I hope my boy came out of turns up at my own, goes, nah, you're all right, mate. Come on, Leeds. No, no, listen, he puts a shirt on the performance wise. I do think he's a decent enough player, but I don't know. It just screams Ross Wilson signing, mate. I don't think Gio. I'm expecting the Dutch. This is what I'm expecting here, and I'm not having any Dutch players. Where are they? Where's the Dutch signings?
Well, I'm happy that we've even just got 2 players in the door.
Bill, I know you.
I still think the signings will come for sources. For sources that you see.
I thought we were going full on Dutch. Give me some of them. Do you know what I mean? Man United are going full on Dutch and all. It seems like so. I'll be honest with you. I messaged Diablo and all, and I said, "Bro, come back. I need you back. I need you back for another season. You were tearing it up at the end there. I need him back." But no, this guy, mate. Just his attitude, really. That's all for me.
But looking away from his attitude, as a football player, would the actual...
he's a football player. I think he's decent enough. He does the job up here. Of course he does. Do you know what I mean? But I can't get behind him to play for Derby, man.
Well, that's up to you. He's got the jersey on now. I'm a supporter of Tom Lawrence now. So best of luck to him. Hopefully he can do it. As I say, I'll judge him on the thing. We guaranteed to get a red card probably in hell for him or something, which fair play, son, go on for it then, do you know what I mean, for that, but nah, mate, I just the attitude, as a player, as I say, mate, qualities, you know what I mean. Was he not a Man United youth team? Nah, Man United, Leicester and that, he was
at Leicester, he was at, who else was it? He's played a couple of championship teams and all that kind of part, so player-wise, I suppose he's decent, but his attitude off the park for me, mate, that's just something, do you know what I mean? I just can't get behind. Can't get behind somebody that played for Derby as a Leeds lad, sorry.
I get it, but he's a Rangers player, and I will back him. I hope you will too. Hopefully when we see him on the pitch, and we'll see what he's got to offer us, because I feel like he's going to offer us...
Does he start?
I think he will. In that, if we're going to play the same formation we played last year, we have 4-2-3-1, I think he will start behind Morelos or Colak, whoever is going to be starting up front, with either a new winger on the right-hand side or Scott Wright and Kent on the left. I think he's going to be in that position that Aribo is sort of best in, his sort of centre attacking midfield role. Hadji, we've seen for Rangers Review the day that he's not going to be available until after the World Cup in the winter, so that could have been Hadji's area. I feel like this guy is going to fight with Alex Lowry for that position.
Lowry.
In the two of them.
Lowry's better than that boy.
Nah, I don't.
Lowry's better than that boy. Shut your mouth. Lowry is better than that boy.
I'm looking forward to have 2 good attacking midfielders to go and
I'll back one of your own. Back one of your own. My boy's no caused any trouble off the park. No, I see more and more. I'm looking at these signings, but I'm just thinking this top's quite nice, by the way. I'm not going to pay the money they want for it now, but maybe at the end of the season, I just keep looking at the top and think, that's a beautiful kit.
No, it's a nice top, and hopefully Tom Lawrence is delivering in it, as well as our man there, Colak. Yeah, the two of them hopefully going to be good additions to our attacking lineup, and apparently that's not the end of the business. Theo Bongonda's been a really sort of solid
Where did
link.
you see that? Because I keep seeing you pushing it.
Well, there's on the follow sort of forum, it sort of broke out that we had been scouting him over the past years, and it got to the point where like Ross Wilson and whoever were sort of doing background checks and like sort of basically the stuff you do before you actually sign a guy. That could be all bullshit. It could be whatever. You just sort of need to take whatever you want me follow. But there's a guy on Twitter as well who seems to be really pushing it. He broke the Diallo news before even Fabrizio Romano did. He broke Ramsey as well before that even happened as well. So he seems to be pretty all in that we're going to sign him, and it wouldn't be too sort of far out because Ross Wilson likes the Belgian market. We've seen Hadji, Sakala, Roof obviously signed for there. So and we need a winger. This guy's going to be available. He's got the last year of his contract. Genk don't want him anymore, and we could snoop in there and get him for a good fee. He's been told to find a new club, so
bring him on. Bring him to Glasgow.
It seems like one that will make sense, but you never know. It could be the money that would let us down because, again, it would probably cost us even 6 million with Genk wanting him out. So depends. I would use Aribo money and just push. Of course. I think
come on, we just made a Europa League final. What's the hold up here? This is what I'm on about, man. What's it? Go pay the money and get the boy. If he's going to add to the squad, go and get him. But Jack, I want to thank you because you've educated me today as well, mate. I thought he was a winger.
No, well, he can play there, but where he's going to play for Rangers, I feel is going to be central.
Central. Look, listen, I hope the boy does well, but it's the same, mate. Some of that past is and that. I'm not going to judge him off his hangman. That, as I say, I'll give him boy a chance. Every boy gets a chance. Do you know what I mean? But I've just played for Derby. No, I'm like, we'd sing, but no. Hopefully, he does well, mate. We want all our signings that sign for the club to do well, add to the squad, improve the squad. So hopefully there's more coming. I'm really sad we're losing my boy Joe Aribo, but we have to move a couple of these lads on. I hope Barisic is one of them next. Not personal, Barisic's been a great servant to the club again, but we just need to move some of these lads on, I feel like now, and start to bring some fresh faces in, some hunger in. Some people that want to make a name for themselves, do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Joe Aribo, it's exactly what he did. He made a name for himself and he was going to do and play his dream, which is in the Premiership. Just can't get behind him when the Southampton top and posing with Dave. Like, bro, no. Can't I have that?
As you say, it's just good to get a couple of signings in, improving that squad, getting Gio his sort of first proper signings as well that aren't going to be loan deals. And it sort of really bolsters our attacking lineup now. So I'm looking forward to getting going.
Sorry to hang with you, mate. But as I said to you about the whole Dutch thing, I know we were all thinking about signing all these players for academies and stuff like that, but I think he's assistant boy that he got for Ajax for the academy. I honestly think that's what we're going to be doing, sort of just improving the academy, try and push that into the first team, because I can see a lot of the lads for the academy who definitely have made an impression. So hopefully we get to see more of them. I definitely think they'll feature in the friendly tomorrow, and obviously my boy Katic. I want to see him do well. I was reading what his old gaffer was saying to him when he had the year out on loan. He was saying that even after games and whatever, Katic would go and just do some training sessions and practice and improve and get better. That's what I'm talking. That's what Fashion Sakala needs to be doing. Do you know what I mean? Koba, you know what I mean? Mamba mentality. Kobe O'Brien, that's the mentality that we needed to do. But I'm really happy, as I say, mate. We've just got signings in the door. Hopefully some more to come.
I think that'll be the start of the business, and we can look forward to talking about it and getting excited to what Gio's going to build for the upcoming season. Looking forward to it now. Looking forward to the game to see what that brings tomorrow, what the teams are going to look like, who will be featuring, who won't be featuring. Obviously, pre-season is good to get a look at everybody, so it'll be an interesting game tomorrow. And that'll be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, if you could like, subscribe and share it for us. Let us know your thoughts on Joe Aribo going to Southampton. Southampton fans, if you're watching, let us know what you think of the signing of Joe Aribo. Is it something that ticks a box for you? And Rangers fans, again, Colak, Lawrence, what's your thoughts on them? But until the next time, we'll see you soon.